was hitting the wall. I was needing a friend. I thought I had nothing at all. I saw dark clouds ahead. I was falling into night, but something deep inside said, it's gonna be alright. Yeah, it's gonna be alright.
The idea for Lighting the Landscape came from for years I'd been doing things. I was a speaker for guide dogs, branch chairman for guide dogs, in my work life working in the visually impaired community, and I just began to realise that what we needed was a dialogue between sighted people and visually impaired people, and for them to become friends. What often happens in the visually impaired community is visually impaired people get sent along to the local blind society, and I'm not knocking the blind society, but it becomes a little ghetto. And so for many visually impaired people, most of their social life revolves around other visually impaired people. And I think that's terribly stifling, and it doesn't open many opportunities for visually impaired people. And then we noticed for the last 7 or 8 years we've been doing a carol service for guide dogs in Newcastle, and the whole guide dog family comes to that. And we noticed that sighted people were becoming friendly with visually impaired people and vice versa. And out of those friendships, new things started to happen. And it was that idea that inspired us to sort of think about the whole lighting the landscape idea. Alongside that, we'd been running a series of concerts for the last 7 or 8 years as well, with artists like John Strong and Alan Taylor. And again, we found that, you know, their fans were coming along to the concert and mixing with visually impaired people and finding that, you know, they didn't have two heads, that visual impairment isn't infectious. And then again, in the last 3 or 4 years since I became friends with Bill got involved with all of this and brought along a whole new bunch of people with him, and it just became more and more obvious that the way to go is not to have separate things for visually impaired people and separate things for sighted people, is to have just nice things to do that everybody can come to, and that's where we started from.
I needed some time to change my point of view. I was fighting the world, but I took it out on you. Now I'm feeling so bad, and I'm trying to make it right. I was stepping into the dark, but I'm coming into the light. Yes, I'm
Lighting the Landscape is something that's come about really through Dave and I having a friendship that's extended into some of the things that he was already doing, like the Guide Dog Carol Service, and some of the other events around visually impaired people and organisations in the North East. And it's something that I've found as a sighted person has opened my eyes, if you pardon the pun, to a whole kind of world of things that were going on that I didn't know about, and a whole kind of world of issues that I didn't really realise we had to think about. And that's something that's enriched my life. And what I want to do is to be able to enable other people to have those kinds of experiences, those kinds of friendships, to get involved in those kinds of things, so that we build bridges between people and help both sighted and visually impaired people to broaden their horizons, branch out a bit, and grow understanding, grow relationships, grow networks, so that we can have a group of people, a wider group of people, who are all enjoying these experiences together and enriching each other's lives in the process. And it seems to me, from my experience, that that's been a wonderful thing for me, and I hope it can be a wonderful thing for so many other people as well, because there's so much out there that two groups of people didn't know about, that can't happen unless those two groups of people are together. And when we bring them together, great things go on. So for me, that's what Lighting the Landscape's all about. That's what's exciting about it, and that's what I hope our project can bring to a lot of people.
If there's one train leaving, there's another coming in. All you have to do is climb on board and let the journey begin. what they always say. Don't give up, take it day by day. The clouds will roll on by, 'cause my star is shining bright. I was stepping into the dark, but I'm coming into the light. Yes, I'm coming into the light. Yes, I'm coming into the light.